What's going on, guys? This is Hit Paul's back for the next part of this little series here we're doing on these ants. And what we're going to do is, in this one, I think what I want to do, it's be fairly simple, is I just want to make sure that when they get the piece of cheese that they lift their heads up so that they kind of, behave a little bit differently, right? Maybe even move a little bit slower when they have the cheese or something like that, right? Because they're now bringing something home. I know they're super strong and everything, but I do believe they kind of slow down. I've actually seen ants that are so stupid that they just keep dropping the thing and then they stop and they pick it up and then they go and they drop it. I watch them a lot. I mean, I'm 40. I've seen enough of them. So I kind of know what they do. And I may or may not. I was kind of thinking about, what if these were the scouts? And when they detected food, they didn't take the food. They ran home and they said, "Hey, dude, guess what, y'all? We found food." And at that point, a stream of them come. So the point being, you got to keep the scouts from getting to the cheese and then back away. So there'll be no indication visually of which ones have made it. You'll just kind of have to figure out the ones that are running away are the ones that you got to kill, But if we give them a little bit more of an erratic behavior, you won't really be able to tell which ones are running away and if one gets away. And in that case, we can make them a little bit more complex, and we can say, okay, maybe there's like 25 of them or something, right? There'd be like 25 little scouts, and then at what point, if that scout finds and sends a message home that there's food, we send like 100. Like, that's the goal, right? We want to send a line of them. So that would be awesome. And in that case, we want their AI behavior to be dead simple. Dead simple. Almost to the point, and I'm not even kidding, almost to the point of not even using a character, just shift a mesh across the screen with an animation playing on it. But the problem with that is that then there's all these traces and shit to get it to line up to the ground when this is kind of already doing that. Now the other thing that the ants aren't doing right now is they actually are not aligning to the ground. They're on flat ground. But if they go up a slope, they're going to stay horizontal. So we may want to also fix that so that they at least align to what they're walking on. Yeah, but let's just do their heads first. Now, I've had a question. Why do I got a message? I think I got this pending kill thing. Destroy actor from node. Destroy actor is already pending kill, I suppose. So I suppose I need to do it is Vlad here, right? Vlad. Okay, if you're valid, and then you know what? If you're not valid at this point, you should finish with a fail, I think. Right? Does that stop my error? Well, I won't know until they get all the cheese. Poor Freddy over here gets left out. Okay, so, but the question that I've had is it actually more efficient for me to go into max and tilt his head up as an animation, or is it more efficient for me to just transform the bone with code? Because either way, it's got to do something. Since I think it's actually probably, I don't know, that's the thing. Because then I got to run variables and checks, and I got to do things on tick, and if I just put him in this animation state, in terms of usability, I think it's easier for me to animate. In terms of expense, I don't know. I think it's actually cheaper to animate, I would assume. Right? I would definitely assume that it's cheaper to animate, because like I said, right when they grab it, right here, I want them to hold their heads up. Oh, he stole it from him. Oh yeah, remember I said that they could do that? I told you guys they could do that. Watch. One of them's gonna steal it from the other one. This one gets stolen. Boom, boom, and it's stolen. It went 3 ways stolen. Okay, so that is on Go for Food here on the success. Okay, here's what we gotta do. Like that, basically. That's weird. I'm on 410, but I don't have any of that straightened stuff. Oh yeah, I do. It's right here. Yeah, okay. Alignment. I need a hotkey for that, baby. Alright, so yeah, that should do it. They shouldn't be able to steal from each other anymore. Also, but see, the thing is too is that their mandibles need to be open wider. I need to actually, yeah, see, he got it and then nobody else got it. The other guys are like, dude, for real? They're just stunned. Okay, there's another thing I want to do real quick. I want to put him back to like wandering like fairly far. I don't know what that does. Somebody knows. It'd be cool. You'll notice, by the way, that I've left on, say, like go for food, which is up here somewhere. I'm getting lost now. You'll notice that I've left this, and I don't think we've seen that show up at all anywhere. Can we search in here? I need to let us search in here. Yes. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do it as an animation. It's gonna make more sense. I also think I need to do the spawn thing, and maybe put them on a terrain so that we can get them to align to the terrain, because that's gonna be fairly important that they do that. But I'm assuming that should probably be done in the anim blueprint, since that's being ticked anyway. That's too much. Just the anim blueprint's getting too heavy for too many of these guys. So if these being the scouts can get away with that, right? I don't know if I could have 100 of these. I really think that's pushing it if I start aligning them to the ground. But they are going to look fairly shitty staying horizontal going up slopes. You know, everybody knows that's dog shit, and it's probably worth doing. Sacrificing 10 of them, I guess, right? I mean, however many we got to pull out to get that to work, that's how it works. I got no choice. So, let's go to the animation. I'll get into Max real quick. So, I just wanted to show this kind of funny example here of a kind of like carry animation system that you could do. As you can see here, that when I get a piece of cheese here as a rat, that he's just loving this thing. He's sniffing all over it. He's just so happy, right? But he can still keep moving, and even while he's moving, he doesn't care. He's just still sniffing the cheese. He's just loving it, right? So now he's going to move around like this, you know. And I just put that piece of cheese in there as a preview. He's also with his gun, but I use the bone I used to place the gun, as I just put the cheese there. So now I have this, and he'll move a little bit slower here. You know, I have it sped up. So that's one example, but in this case we're not going to do that. In this case we're just going to position his head basically. So what we'll do is we'll grab a bone and we'll come over here to here and adjustment world head look. We can most likely turn off head look. Okay. We really only care about what's going on with the animation. So what we'll do is, I wonder if we should put him into an entirely different walk animation entirely. Do you guys think that would be cooler, right? Wouldn't that be actually a little bit more dramatic? And since I'm here, all I have to do is just pose him differently for holding it, you know? So why don't we do that? I mean, fucking go go for the whole thing. Who cares? Who cares about blending the head? Because he's gonna maintain. I mean, it is okay for me to do that. Let's just put a local adjustment, and we'll say head has food, and I could do, you know, something like this. Let's make sure we're on local in each pivot, right? And now I can blend this in at any time. Him doing this, I can go as high as I want, really. You know, but I don't really want him to do that. I think maybe more like that. But like I said, what's also stopping me from saying, let's ignore that. Idle. Let's ignore idle. Keep antenna wiggle always. See, he's like this, right? So this is head has food. What's stopping me from saying just has food? And while he's got this food, he's now crouched lower. His tail's, you know, his body's up. Hell, I could even say that this takes longer, so he's going slower, you know? But now he takes on a full-blown different type of move, you know? And I think this is actually more dramatic. And I could even do something like, you know, maybe like this. Just give this a little bit of... I really gotta freeze that mesh, save the file. Well, I gotta be careful because the cheese piece, I'm gonna have to move the cheese piece out a little bit, but, and I can, yeah, this is the kind of thing I think I want to do. I want to have him like kind of drag along the ground, so I'm gonna have him be weighted forward, right? Well, or should I have him be doing something cool, like, you know, like where he takes on a humongously different stance, because the legs are still going to go. Yeah. Well, I'm kind of highlighting the thing that I was trying to hide, where so I could blow the legs off, but that's okay. It's all dark textured anyway. Yeah, what do you guys think about that? I think that's cool. He's like raised up. Now, am I getting any kind of overstretch or pass through or anything silly? No. No, I'm alright. Yeah, I like it, and I'm gonna go with that. I don't know how wide I need these, so I might have to come back into max and do a little bit of adjustment. But yeah, just has food. So I could have him. I should be able to put him in has food for idle too. So if he has to stop for any reason while he has the food, you know, that should work, I think. Okay, so let's do this one first. So this is here. The question is, was I using the root motion? Yes. Right? Yes. Let's make sure we don't do the Z. What? Nothing came with it. Shit, this is an older file. I'm gonna have to fix it. I'm gonna pause it while I just relink everything, that's all. Damn it. You know what it is? It ain't that it's a new file, it's a new animation layer. I gotta do the link for this one, because I think Adjustment World already had one. Link, see? Can I copy this? That sucks. Every new layer you have to do the linking again? That should just propagate through. It should just be linked from this layer 4. Oh, maybe it is. It is. It is. But here's what we do. We turn the local weight on this off. So it doesn't do any animation. Wait, no. That takes away the link. I shouldn't take away the link. I was hoping it would leave the link at least. Okay. Well, that's fine, right? He's the best. Okay, we got acceleration going on here. So let's go ahead and check that X. Yeah, see. You can see here we got this curve. Can't have that. That doesn't work. There we go. Yeah, I like it. I think he's badass. See, the animation's not speeding up with his speed like root motion I thought was supposed to give me, so I'm gonna have to actually look that up because he looks good, just me going fast. His legs are sticking. It feels like a bug going by. So the fact that there should be no slippage in the game no matter how fast he's going. He should be able to go rocket speed and his legs should just be a blur. That's how they look. If you've ever seen a bug hauling ass and you look at their legs, it's just nothing there. They're literally floating on blur. So let's see. Okay, I'll fix that shit though. I have to. It wasn't my fault though. Alright, wait a minute. I didn't have to fix shit. Okay, hang on. I'm so confused. Alright, so this is good. Scroll page down. Let's just export it, right? Alright, let's get on with it, god damn it. Alright. Here. So this will be ant walk has food. Root motion. Now here's a case actually where we can still use the blending, because we can still use the blending for the head if we do the turn in place. Because I don't necessarily know if I want to also, I guess I could just do a version of turn in place. So that's the easy. That's the cool thing about Cat is I can just mix and match these things like all day, you know. And Cat's got the whole thing set up. It's got all the IK controllers and everything working for me, so to blend them perfectly. So UE4 isn't going to give me that. It's all just going to blend rotations. So it's not going to work the same way that you would think. Oh, and you just export these in just these different segments like I have the layers here. It doesn't work. It doesn't blend the same in UE4 because the IK is not there. So it'd be very easy for me to export all three versions of him like this, turning, idle, and running forward. So why not? Let's get idle working. Wait, we might as well see it. God. Yes, it almost looks natural, like he's doing it. I float to you. You know what it is? It's like when Scooby-Doo smells like a Scooby snack and it goes floating towards it, or Tom and Jerry, right? And he goes floating towards it, and then there's the little stink cloud of cheese is beckoning him with a finger, you know, and picking him up all slowly, and he's just like, "Ah, I'm coming to it." Now again, if you do a weird animation like this, but let's say make it really fast where he goes bish like that, you can say, okay, this happens say over the course of like 3 frames, literally from here to here. At the end of this, we immediately simulate physics. He'll sprawl out and he'll get launched that way all crazy fast, the ragdoll will. So you can drive the physics simulation by precursoring these animations by just saying, hey, in 2 frames I want him like this, and that's all you animate. You export it just like that. At the end of the animation, release to physics, he'll go boing, and he'll go pshh, and he'll hit the wall or something and come flopping down, you know, whatever's over there. So it's kind of cool. And you can also do cool stuff like this where you spin them around a bunch of times, like in just a couple of frames, so that they go pshh, and then when you release it to ragdoll, they just go boing boing boing, and they go bouncing around all over the place. It's fun. So I gotta kill that keyframe. Okay, so there he is idle. Now the unfortunate thing is turn in place was done in a different file because I'm a dickweed. I'm a dickweed. I want that root anyway. And idle has food. I hope I did that and not this on the other one. Shit, when I didn't have idle. Yeah, I don't have turn in place here, so I'm going to ignore that for now. I'm just going to ignore it because I made a mistake, and I'm not going to make you guys suffer for that one. Because I'll have to it's not that turn in place is all that hard, but I have to kind of redo it, or I repose it over there. But if I'd have done it over here, like on this file, smarter. Because you can see here I don't have turn in place. I actually have to go to the turn in place file where I set this up with these helpers and stuff. Okay, but there's nothing stopping me from adding an adjustment layer on this one. Well, fuck, let's do it. Doesn't take very long, right? It's just a single pose. Okay, it just goes perfect. It's great. Now imagine if you could do this in UE4. But I think you actually kind of can do this kind of thing in UE4. But you don't get all the IK control, that's the problem. See, this is offline, so it's much easier. Okay, so page down, export, and turn right root motion, and as food. Beauty of cat rigs, man. It's the beauty of cat rigs. Okay, I know I had to redo this one again. It was really simple, but that is the beauty of it still. Look how quick the adjustment that I had to do to get him to do this was super simple. And it can all kind of stay in the same file. Now, yeah, I know I put it in a different file because I was being stupid. I was thinking it was going to be easier for me to organize this way. Not thinking, oh shit, now I need to overlay something on the top of everything. So it was a mistake, and I'm not going to do that again. I'm always going to try to keep everything in. But I did it because specifically I have this extra helpers. Also, I'm on a 20 frame timeline. And I don't want to keep going, having to cut the timeline from 120 every time. There was a reason I saved this as a different file. It's different enough for me. But I did have to do this again, right? And I don't know how to say, hey, right, you know, copy layer, go to another file and paste the layer. I don't know if that works. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. One of these days I'll test that. So let's get back into UE4 and come in here with, yeah, but these are cute animations. I have fun doing those. And it actually works. The bots actually go for the cheese, and when they get it, they take this animation when they run back. It's pretty cool. It's not working entirely yet, so I don't have anything to show, but it's all in there. Okay, so let's see. Where is the ant? I'm at creatures. I don't want characters anymore. Mesh. Anims. Okay, let me find those. Okay, here they come. Again, let's not make that mistake. That was embarrassing. Never import the mesh. I think that's about it. That threw me down for a long rabbit hole, not seeing that. Oh, dumb. Oh, he's just the best. Look at him. Alright. So, I actually want... I can't do that here. Has food. What? How did I hit that key? Okay. Okay, so idle has food here, and walk has food here. Okay, let's double click that and make sure that's enabled root motion. Oh, what? What? I got rid of that. Well, I have a feeling when I reopen it, it'll be gone. So let's just save that one and not save that. I don't know what that is. Why? Oh, did I rename the original? Hang on. Hang on. No, play it. Is this one I'm in? What's this one? What is it? Duplicate? No, this is the original. Yeah, I failed to load as. It's just a glitch. We find this in the content browser and then close it. I really should close down some stuff. Yeah, it's gone now. Okay, so then what we can do, get out of that. Let's get rid of some of these behaviors. We'll keep the, we don't need the blackboard for the wasp, that's for sure. We'll keep that. I'm going to remove that game state stuff eventually. As an optimization layer. Okay, so what I may or may not do here is just kind of throw them into another state where we just use the other assets. It's pretty simple, and then we can just blend based on if he's holding food. I mean, that is really the easiest way to do it, but when you have a whole lot of animations, it's not the best way to do it. I think the best way to do it is make a state machine. You come in here and you add a state, and this would be normal, and then in here would be what we put out here. So this, control X's, state machine just gets plugged in. This is a very simple version of how to do blending. Don't worry about the bugs yet. Come in here, paste that. So this is normal version, right? And we duplicate that and we call this one has food. And we come here to our asset browser and we go bring our new asset in. Turn right RM will be replaced with turn right has food RM. We need to expose play rate. Okay, real simple, right? Just anybody can do this. It's a very easy way of doing it. We don't have many states or anything. So then basically we just go into normal and we come here. So we'll go to the blueprint real quick, and we got a few variables already, but we'll add another one called as food. That's being used. Holding food. Okay, and what we do is we go into here for the transition. So we double click that and we basically say just that. So we just read that variable. Now we got to get that variable. Okay, so this is what we're doing with it. We're just putting it into here, so it's saying we can enter the transition. Okay, now there is one more thing we got to do though, and that is on the way back we got to make sure that we're not holding food. Okay, and then the cool thing is that at this point, when you click on these, I didn't mean to double click, just meant to single click, you have some stuff you can fiddle with here. How long does it take to blend to this mode? How about a whole second? How about one entire hermite? I don't know, man. Never go full hermite, alright? I'm not going a full hermite. Last time I went a full hermite, all hell broke loose. You just don't fuck with hermites. Everybody knows what they're capable of. Okay, so I think it's gonna work. No. Oh, well, I'm not even getting has food. Make an ass wipe. Okay, the ant character BP I don't want to look at the blackboard. Okay, I want the blackboard to tell the ant that he has the food. So I haven't actually ever told the ant that he has the food yet. That's funny. I thought I did by this point. But it's just a simple variable. I'm just going to turn this off and on from outside. So let's go to the behavior tree real quick, and on go get food, we told the picnic object that the food, pick up food. Well, we can do it right here, can't we? Pal? Okay, but the problem is not when we go get the food, but when we return the food. Here. And the problem is or did I? Do I have the ant character? Yeah, I do. I have the ant character. Set has food. I can has food? No. You can't. Alright, so go there and boom, 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 boom. Now the ant character has food, no. Ant food has no character, no. And hang on, am I getting it yet? I'm not getting it yet. Have I cast anywhere to ant character? Ant self character. So I guess I probably just kind of want to do this anyway, right? Huh. See, I could make a custom event, because here's the thing, like, why am I constantly reading this shit if it's only going to be set the one time and then I'm just going to use it the one time? I don't care. Granted, no, and the blending is happening from the state machine. I don't have to blend like I'm doing here. Yes, you can use a state machine to blend from stopped to walking if you want, but it's kind of I don't think we do that around here. We don't take kindly to those kinds of practices. But well, anyways, let's see. I am in a church state, by the way. I could actually get people talking like that. All right, and self character. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't want to constantly get has food, you know. Because we can do this. come here. We get the anim instance. I think this is going to be more efficient, and this is part of the thing that we need to do. So let's get the anim instance. This is actually the animation blueprint, okay? Returns the anim instance driving the class. An instance of the class set as anim blueprint generated class. So it's kind of like get anim blueprint, but whatever. I don't know if I need to do this, but I think I do. Because if I come here into the animation blueprint, set has food, I think I can call that, right? So why do that shit on, check that shit on tick when I can tell it, you know? Well, I don't really want to do that on begin play. I'm gonna need this hooked in. So what I can do is now I can say actually, I should actually also be able to do this. From here, I should be able to do an input on that custom what? I thought I went to the anim BP. I guess I didn't. Okay. I was looking on my other monitor, by the way. Sorry, guys. I know I'm getting confusing on myself. Okay, what I think I actually want to do here is give this an input. Has food, and then we'll say holding food, right? Because that's what we're using in our state machine here. Holding food, not holding food is holding food, right? We told it blend 0.8 hermites. So we're going to go over here, here. Now, he gets told he has food, but I honestly kind of don't give a shit to tell him anymore. I really just need to tell his anim blueprint. But let's go ahead and keep it there anyway, in case we need that boolean here locally for something else later down the road if we add more behaviors and stuff, right? Okay, I don't know where you're going, so you're going down here. Yeah, this is where blueprint gets ugly. Alright, so let's compile, and we set has food to be true. Now, the only time that so here, what I actually, instead of that, I actually want to do a custom event here. Drop food. And that will do this. This will tell the anim blueprint that he doesn't have food. Okay, so drop food. Whoa, my mouse is kind of jumping on me. Alright, let's try that. Yep. Yep. It's working like a charm. Okay, the cheese bit's a little close to their face. I guess I could have done that from the anim blueprint here, but it brought me there quick enough. Let's go to the skeleton here. How do I move it? W? Spacebar? Oh, how about this? Okay, just for now, right? It's probably okay, just so it doesn't poke through those antennas. Okay, let's reset that. Get rid of that. Save all here real quick. One of them trucks a little bit further. I think this guy. Yeah, it's pretty good. See the 0.8 second blend? How about we fix that up a little bit? Here in the graph. How about when he returns? That's a little bit faster. A little bit more than twice as fast. When he brings the food back, he should pull his head back down faster. When he lifts it up, it's slower. When he puts it back down, it's faster. What about this poor guy? What about if we actually do this so that when he puts it back, like he puts it back down and then it disappears, instead of it disappearing then he puts his head down, which looks weird. Because if we play that again, if you watch the order that they do it, it looks kind of very unnatural. It disappears from their face and then they put their heads down. See that? It disappears and then he puts his head down. I don't like that. I would rather he put his head down and then it disappear. Right? Or it just gets placed here. And then another ant goes and takes it and sticks it in his spot. We see who has the most at the end of the Hungry Hippos game. And we make a game that plays itself. Boring. But yes, eventually we are going to be running around in here shooting at them. And they're going to attack us too. So what they can do in the attack, I don't know. I think they're going to spray acid at you or something. Yeah, I think they'll spray acid. They might leap at you because they have that behavior, which means I need a jump animation. If I do that. I have it already on the spiders. I think I've shown it already. I don't need to show that again. So I don't want to take the time, I don't think, to go through. It's just a lot of reordering on what happens basically when we return the food. We need to delay this. Okay, essentially. So we can pretty much go through everything, and then we could even maybe just delay this like a half a second and try it right now. And just see if that even has a bearing. I'll delay it a full second and we'll see. The finish execute, I'm not sure about though. If that's gonna get, if that getting delayed is gonna force it to not behave correctly. Yeah. Actually, I kind of like the 1 second. It feels like he's just placing it down. Boop. And then it disappears. It would drop into the hole, right? The ant hole. Well, in reality, in the game mode, you're not going to see his spawn point. It's kind of hard for me to show. I don't have any real examples of it, but the arena is going to look like, it's essentially like this, but just imagine instead of walls, it's going to be giant ass blades of grass, and the spiders are going to be coming out through the walls. That's where they're going to spawn, and when they steal the food, they're going to go back in. But it's not going to, like I said, it's not going to be walls, it's going to be grass, and the floor is going to be a picnic blanket, and there's going to be a big giant picnic basket. There's going to be plates, there's going to be sodas. In the background is going to be trees and the giant bench. You're in the backyard having a picnic. And now here's the thing that I'm kind of debating, and I don't know. Maybe you guys could tell me in the comments if you think this would be awesome or not. I do have the ability to control an character's like hands, meaning like full-blown control. I did it in a game jam even. You can control it through IK, so we can move their hands around in 3D space and their arm and everything will follow. So I could put a human sat at the picnic that's just sitting there, and he could actually even, like, imagine if this was his hand, he could actually, I could be like, okay, well here's a piece of food right here. Well, that's weird. Here's a piece of food right here. So what I'm gonna do, you know, I'm gonna have this marker for his hand, and then I can bring that down, have his hand do an animation and pick up a piece of food, and he'll eat it and it'll get disappeared, and that'll be a piece of food you no longer have to defend, right? And we have like 5 or 6 plates of food, so you basically, the timer is either the big giant human who's way up here, right, because he's huge and he sat there taking up a lot of space with his legs and his feet crossed, or however he's sitting. He's got a little glass of wine or whatever the fuck he's got, right? Little drunk bastard. Hey, look, they're actually making it kind of far away now because remember I gave them a higher radius on where they go, so they look a little bit better. Am I not getting any bounce? I messed up their, I think I messed up their, the walk export. He's not bouncing. Maybe he is. Doesn't feel like he is though. Feels like he's just flat. I gotta look at that. I don't care. Oh, but anyways, yeah, that would be kind of the idea, that I control the a giant IK hand that comes down and eats the food as well as the ant's getting it. So you just have to defend it for long enough for him to eat all the food. And then and here's the thing, the reason that this would work in gameplay mode is because part of it is that all of the ants are coming from different areas, but they're all going to different areas, you know, so you can kind of set up defense spots at the different areas. But eventually the human's going to eat all those areas up. They're going to go away. You don't have to defend them anymore. So all the ants that are coming are eventually going to be coming for just one piece of food, the last piece of food. So you're going to be like right here, and every ant from everywhere is going to be coming right here. So that's going to be how you're going to have to defend it, because these foods are going away anyway. So whether or not you're winning or losing, the food's going away. That would be the way it works, essentially. With a giant ass human sat right here, and he's just picking up food and eating it. That just puts it in his mouth, you know. I do a pickup animation where I just extend his arm just kind of down in the general area, and at that point I blend it to an IK point to be in the general vicinity. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I could try to make it perfect. So he comes down and he actually grabs one of these little sticks, you know. I'll do a hand animation for that. Brings it back up to his mouth. It disappears. It's off the table. You don't lose a point. He doesn't get mad. How about every time one of the ants grabs one of the pieces of food and makes it out of here, the big giant human gets all pissed off and starts jumping up and down, stomping all over everything. Stomp, stomp, stomp. He starts stomping on. He's trying to stomp on the ants, but if you get in the way, he'll stomp on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, how crazy would that game be? Like, I've never seen a game where, you know, like a giant just spazzes out and just starts stomping around all over the place, and you got to get the hell out of the way. That'd be fun. Scary. Oh shit. Every time he loses a piece that goes all the way away, he's furious. That would be interesting. And I just pre-scripted animation. He stands up, he stomps in a fairly pre-scripted pattern, maybe a few different ones, jumps up and down, boom, 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 you know. The whole ground shakes. We do a little bit of, every time he lands, we do a little impulse on all the food and physics items, so they go right, you know. It'd be fun. It'd be cool. Lots of cool stuff to do here with just this scenario alone. But I don't know, maybe I'm thinking too much into it, so, but I'm here, I'm making it, so might as well do something. Alright, this is Hitpaws signing off. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.